I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. We are about to start on this Mason Hamlin piano, about 100 years old, and these clients started on it themselves, and then I think they realized what a massive undertaking it is, and asked us to finish up. That's not rare. That's actually something that we see very frequently, but it works out to the benefit of this video because it gives us an open view, very easy. So let's check it out. And we've got nice natural light in here. So these strings are original, and this is pretty typical. Also, these strings are just very corroded and rusted, and that is pretty typical, like I said, of 100-year-old piano. And these cracks in here, can get my fingernail in there. Got a few cracks in the soundboard. Overall, soundboard is not in terrible condition. Bridges actually look pretty good. And then we'll refinish the plate. Mason Hamlin plates are always just totally over-engineered. They weigh more than, like, I don't know, 50% more usually than, and that's just a guess, than what normal plates weigh. We'll refinish soundboard, clean all that up, return some crown to the soundboard, make that look good. All of this will just look absolutely gorgeous with everything all cleaned up and refinished, and the plate and the strings and the new felt, and we'll polish all of these screws up, make those look really nice. All of that'll look all brand new. Put new tuning pins on there. You can see the current condition of the tuning pins, just, like everything else. There's a stain of some sort. I don't know if somebody spilled something. It looks like somebody has tried to clean it and actually done a pretty decent job. That's not an easy job. All these A-grafts are very corroded, very normal. And these keys, it looks like somebody worked on the keys. Keys are really, really tricky, especially if you look closely at this key. You can see this line right here is not totally straight. Yeah, there, it's pretty obvious, because that's just a really hard thing to do, is to get all of these lines perfectly straight and get those notches nice and clean. A lot of the notches are not quite 90 degrees. They have kind of a little plastic nub in there where they've been replaced. That's just it. Yeah, that's a really hard problem to solve, to get all of those notches perfectly even. So we'll probably, I don't know if we'll clean these up, make them look a little better, or if we'll start over. I'm not sure. Part of the stripping, we'll get a new decal on there. I think it turned out great. It was originally, when we got it in, it was black. The brother in California had started to refinish it and had put many coats of a black, some kind of a black lacquer on it. And then the client here said, no, let's return it back to how it was originally, with this gorgeous veneer. And I think that was the right choice. It looks amazing. And by the way, it was actually missing because it sat, predictably, because it sat in a garage in California for so many years. There were actually quite a few parts, including the entire lyre assembly, that were just missing altogether. And so we had to do some re-engineering, but it works great. Have a look at that whole lyre assembly. That is all a, let's get that vacuum out of the way. That is all a giant custom job. And it turned out beautiful. And it matches the style and everything. We did some research and found out what exactly was being done in 1913. Okay, got a new decal on there. Looks really nice. keys are all redone. The sharps are all redone. Well, the whites and the sharps. And then a lot of this kind of hardware we had to figure out because a lot of that stuff was missing. Probably in someone's attic in California right now. But we found some suitable replacements. And then let's check out in here. There's the plate. All of that was resprayed with an automotive paint. Looks really, really nice. We've got a new replica decal on the soundboard. Did some repairs on the soundboard. Restored some tension to the wood in the soundboard. Shimmed it up. Got new dampers in there. All of the action, the hammers are new. I'm not going to take it out, but let's see if I can slide this forward. You can kind of get a peek a little bit. They're beautifully aligned, installed hammers, and all of the action, the whippings, the shanks, all of that is new. Beautifully restored Mason Hamlin. All right, let's hear it.